Welcome to day one of the 30-day low-fat vegan weight loss challenge. I thought today I would just show you everything I eat in a day to give you some examples of my easy meals. And just keep in mind that you don't need to copy the exact things that I eat. It's really important that you like how the food tastes. So that's going to take some experimentation, and just be patient with yourself through this process, especially if you're just giving up salt, sugar, and oil all together, all at the same time. You may think that the food tastes a little bland compared to packaged and processed foods, and that's totally normal while your palate is readjusting. But hopefully you enjoy seeing these videos, and let me know in the comment section what types of videos you want to see from me during this challenge, what would be helpful for you and motivate you to keep going, and I'll try my best to make those as well. I don't necessarily eat breakfast foods for breakfast or dinner foods for dinner, as you'll see in this video. I just eat what I feel like making at the time. My first meal of the day was air-fried, no-oil potato crackers with a cheesy chickpea and spinach dip. The nutritional yeast gave it a cheesy flavor, and I used an entire can of chickpeas blended together with a handful of baby spinach, a generous splash of apple cider vinegar, and lemon juice, which kind of give a tanginess to the dip. And I rarely measure ingredients unless it's for baking. After making the same types of meals for a while, I've learned how to wing it so that it turns out pretty good even though I'm not following precise recipes. I also added in paprika, onion powder, and water. And when it comes to adding water to dips, I would start with a little bit at first, blend it to see how thick the consistency comes out before adding in more water, just so it doesn't become too liquidy. And then I washed and sliced the 2 russet potatoes and baked them for 18 minutes on 400 degrees in the air fryer. If you don't have an air fryer, don't worry. Before I had one, I used to make these in the oven, and it only takes a couple minutes more. Next, I made my version of my greens, beans, and starch, which I highly recommend if not feeling full enough is your issue. I'm not a big snacker throughout the day, so I like to feel really full at meal times, and beans really help with this. So I steamed the broccoli that I had already prepped by washing it and cutting it, and then I reheated lentils that I previously cooked in my rice cooker, and half an onion that I sauteed in water. The rice was half a cup of dry rice, just for reference, and I ate all of it. And I didn't measure the lentils, but I'd say at least 3/4 of a cup of cooked lentils. And I seasoned it with lemon juice and a little bit of balsamic glaze that I had left in the bottle, and nutritional yeast. These meals are very simple, but I like simple as long as it's healthy, tastes good, and is filling. I should be clear by saying that I'm not trying to lose weight on this challenge. I'm doing it to help others. I've already lost over 30 pounds and I'm just maintaining it. Sometimes I will add tofu or avocado to a dish like this, but for the 30-day challenge, if maximum weight loss is your goal, I don't recommend adding in those higher fat foods at the moment. Next up, I made a peppermint smoothie, which is probably my favorite smoothie ever. It tastes like a milkshake. 2 or 3 frozen bananas mixed with plant milk, some water, and a big handful of spinach. And blend it all together. So good. And I forgot to say a few drops of peppermint, of course. This is a 16-ounce glass that I'm drinking mine from, and I had a glass and a half full. Next, I made some old-fashioned oatmeal in my rice cooker. So I used 1 cup of dry oatmeal, added in some plant milk, and if you want to try a non-junky plant milk with no oil, I have a coupon code Melissa15, which gets you a discount on the site plantstrong.com. And I thawed out some frozen blueberries, added in lots of cinnamon, and that's it. And I also had an apple later. Gala apples are my favorite, and that's it for the day. Do you have a favorite simple oil-free vegan meal that you've tried so far? If so, let me know in the comments.